We've been told for years that financial progress means more convenience, more speed, more seamless integration. We've been promised that innovation, from apps to crypto, is inherently liberating. But what if this isn't about liberation at all? What if this is about the culmination of a centuries-old quest for absolute financial control? What if the digital currency revolution isn't a step forward for freedom, but a giant leap towards the ultimate surveillance system? But first, do me a favor and leave a comment below telling me which country you're watching this from. I'm always curious to see just how far this message is reaching. Now, this isn't some far-off future I'm talking about. It's happening right now, under our very noses. The subject is Central Bank Digital Currencies, or CBDCs. Forget your Venmo, your PayPal, even your Bitcoin for a second. CBDCs are a completely different beast. They aren't just digital versions of money in a bank. They are direct liabilities of the central bank. Digital cash issued and controlled by the state itself. This distinction is crucial, and it's where the real danger lies. Imagine a world where every single transaction you make is visible directly to the government. Every coffee you buy, every grocery run, every online purchase, every donation to a cause they might not like, all of it recorded, time-stamped, and analyzed. With CBDCs, this isn't a sci-fi dystopia. It's the operational design. The privacy we still have with physical cash, that ability to transact without a central ledger tracking our every move, would simply vanish. It would be replaced by a financial panopticon where transparency isn't for our benefit, but for their oversight. Now, the proponents of CBDCs will tell you about all the great benefits: increased efficiency, faster payments, greater financial inclusion, and a better way to handle economic crises. They talk about fighting crime and modernizing outdated payment systems. These are the shiny promises, the veneer of progress. But underneath this polished surface is a terrifying mechanism of control that fundamentally redefines the relationship between you and the state. The most insidious feature of CBDCs is their potential for this isn't just about tracking your money. It's about dictating how, when, and even if you can spend it. Imagine a digital currency that expires if you don't use it by a certain date, forcing you to spend. Envision money that can only be spent on specific goods or services, maybe tied to social credit scores or environmental quotas. Picture unemployment benefits that can only be used for food and rent, not for a beer or a pack of cigarettes. Or even more chillingly, picture your funds being frozen or just taken away if you express a dissenting opinion, join a protest, or fail to meet some societal metric decided by those in power. This isn't a conspiracy theory. The Bank for International Settlements, the central bank of central banks, has openly talked about this. Their general manager, Agustin Carstens, said it plainly. With physical cash, they don't know who's using it. But with a CBDC, the central bank will have absolute control over the rules and the technology to enforce those rules. This isn't a bug. It's a feature. It's the ultimate tool for social engineering, disguised as financial innovation. The implications for our individual sovereignty are staggering. Our economic freedom is tied directly to our financial privacy and autonomy. When our money can be switched on, switched off, or programmed by a central authority, we cease to be truly free. Our economic lives become subject to constant scrutiny and potential intervention. Money is transformed from a neutral tool of exchange into a weaponized instrument of state power. Think about the erosion of cash. Cash is a tangible asset that offers anonymity and direct peer-to-peer exchange. As societies are pushed toward cashless systems, using the excuse of convenience and hygiene, they pave the way for CBDCs. Once cash is mostly gone, there will be no alternative to the digital ledger, no escape from the surveillance. We will be entirely dependent on their system, with no way to opt out. This isn't just about preferring physical currency. It's about preserving a fundamental safeguard against overreaching state power. Moreover, CBDCs could completely upend the commercial banking system. If we all hold our money directly with the central bank, what happens to traditional banks? They could become obsolete. This concentrates an immense amount of financial power, removing the layers that currently distribute risk. The central bank wouldn't just control monetary policy. It would directly manage individual accounts, giving it unprecedented leverage over the entire economy and every citizen. Even the idea of financial inclusion gets twisted. While it's presented as a way to help the unbanked, the same technology could be used to deplatform individuals or groups deemed undesirable. We've already seen payment processors and banks freeze accounts based on political views. With CBDCs, this power would be consolidated and amplified, making financial exclusion a potent weapon against dissent. So, where does this leave us? We have to recognize that this shift is a deliberate move towards a new financial architecture designed for control. Our first line of defense is knowledge. Understand what CBDCs are and what their true implications are. We must resist the seductive sales pitch of convenience and look critically at the underlying mechanisms of power. Second, we must advocate for and support alternatives. This means using physical cash when you can, exploring decentralized cryptocurrencies that offer genuine privacy and censorship resistance, and investing in tangible, non-digital assets that are outside the direct control of central banks. Precious metals, real estate, productive land, these are not just investments. They are a hedge against a system designed to control every part of our economic lives. Furthermore, fostering local economies and community resilience can create pockets of resistance. Supporting local businesses that accept cash and building strong community networks can create a degree of independence that strengthens our collective autonomy. The digital currency revolution is coming, but we have a choice. Do we allow it to become the ultimate control system, or do we demand that it serves human freedom? This requires vigilance, critical thinking, and a willingness to challenge the narratives pushed by those in power. We are at a crossroads. The path we choose now will determine the future of financial freedom for generations. Don't be a passive observer. Understand, question, and prepare. Your financial sovereignty depends on it. If you found this analysis insightful, please consider subscribing to the channel. Share this video with others who need to hear this message, and join the conversation in the comments below. Your engagement helps us bring these crucial discussions to a wider audience. Stay vigilant, stay free.